What's up, sports fans? I'm Rene Garza Jr.,
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
and welcome to another episode of Tailgate 956, a show that covers sports across the Valley and the Lone Star State. Now, before we begin today's show, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make Apogee Comics your next read. You can visit Apogee Comics on all their social media sites and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville.
Correct.
And man, oh man, oof,
Getting closer, getting closer.
yeah, getting closer. But it's so painful because I want to start off by talking about baseball, but that football is we were talking about wild card, how it was looking positive, right?
Looking great. It was looking great last week.
It was looking positive outlook, eh? It's like Saturday and Sunday, it was looking way positive, but yeah, disappointing, very disappointing.
Not fully, but
hmm But blood pressures were tested.
I'll tell you how much. Our blood pressure medication, everything. Yeah.
But you know what? Before we get to that frustration, let's start off on a good positive note with baseball. 68 days, 5 hours, 16 minutes, and 21, 20, 19, and 18 seconds to go till opening day.
And how are those Astros looking?
Oh, phenomenal. Recently today, I found out, and I was so excited for today's episode to say that the Astros have acquired Josh Hader from the San Diego Padres.
Man, oh man.
Oh, lethal closer. What a great free agent grab that was for Houston. Now they have Hader, Presley, and Abreu. Oh, three-headed monster, three-headed dragon. Sorry to let my little kaiju dorkiness out, but that's Kinky Dora right there, baby.
I can tell by your excitement.
Oh yeah, three-headed monster. Ooh, that made me feel more confident in the pitching, the way the Astros are going to go this season.
Now,
this upcoming
now
season.
we can hardly wait for baseball season, not
Yes.
even more.
Yeah, with a new coach that's had experience under the winning legacy of the Astros. Supposedly rumors of Michael Brantley coming back as a hitting coach for the Astros, which I hope they're true. I hope those chismes are true.
The cheese mist.
Yeah.
Are they real or not?
I hope this one's true. But if that's okay, it's okay. They're still good batting wise. Batting wise is good. Although, some players do need, some work. But you know what? It's okay. But I'm looking forward to this season. I'm counting the days down. And right now it's so far. How many seconds are left?
Too many.
Oh, of course. It's 47 seconds, 68 days, 5 hours, and 14 minutes. I said all that in order, but because I'm excited.
Especially for today's
Yeah.
news.
The Rangers lost on not getting Hader. That I can honestly say that, but it's okay. It's okay. The champs, their budget was spent on keeping the team tightly knit, tightly solid, to make it a back-to-back World Series win, and hopefully that turned out to be true. Yeah, and that's coming from a Nationals fan, because I'm a Nationals fan. But to bring another win to Texas, ooh, yeah.
Well, at least I can tell that Astros are winning at least off season, at least to progress and to get better.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Texans are doing the same by doing the same? Do you think that that's what they should be doing?
Well, the phrase is like, if it's not broken, why fix it? I go by that phrase the way, because I've seen some
I like it too. I like it myself.
Yeah, some changes that weren't made with the Rangers. I haven't heard a lot of off-season stuff, like a lot movement more towards the Astros because of Dusty Baker leaving and all that stuff, and contracts ending, contracts. Yeah, a lot more movement. Yeah, although some would say there was not enough movement, not enough people to get free agents, but that's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Their budgets. It's, I guess you could say it's a game of chess, not checkers, in a sense. But I can honestly say that not being biased as a Nationals fan, that this season is going to look really great for them, even though Bregman and Altuve are towards the end of their contract deals and on that. I'll refer to that article that said that they're on their last dance, because that Chicago Bulls documentary. But I can honestly say no. there's not.
Well, at least the moves that they're making, it's looking like a positive, not negative, or contradicting to some. It all looks positive, at least
Yeah.
from what you can see. You, like you said, they were gonna go ahead and get their coach that they did, and they did as a head coach. And, I mean, and I think that's a great move.
Yeah, no, I agree. It is a great move. It's a positive move. I was so happy when I read that. It made my day.
Yeah,
it was a cold, cloudy day. It was a cloud party for me.
Just like today.
Yeah,
just
woo.
like today.
Cloudy frio, not in this house, baby.
not in my house.
Not in this house. No.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
that's positive, and that's great. I mean, can't wait to see what they can do.
Oh yeah, no. With, like I said, 68 days, 68 days left, and with the tight knit, solid group that the Rangers have, and the way the Astros are building up to be a positive, stronger team, MLB should stay in check, put some respect in Texas, because our
MLB, or Texas,
Texas LB. I can say that the other team should be afraid.
Oh,
should be afraid.
Look out. They gotta look for the real number 1 and 2,
especially opening day, because the Astros are going to be facing the Yankees, and the Rangers are going to be going up against the Phillies. So both teams, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Oh yeah, and you know why I can't wait is when the Rangers and Astros face each other.
Texas showdown, another
Texas
one.
Showdown. Or even at that, even if it goes down to the postseason, another Texas Showdown. I can't wait for that.
Early preview of the series again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a little rematch.
Unfortunately, let's see how it goes this year, but it's looking like a real good.
It's going to be a slugfest. Yeah,
it's going to be a really good chance.
It's going to be a slugfest. Yeah. But before we jump on our next segment of basketball, let's give another shout out to our sponsors. What do you say, man?
Sounds great.
All right.
All right.
Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make Apogee Comics your next read. Visit Apogee Comics on all their social media sites and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. Now, basketball.
It was a very tough week.
It's been a
tough week.
It's been rough basketball for Texas.
Yeah,
it has been. It has been.
Sorry for all of our Texas teams. Sorry, they had a bad.
It's been hard, But when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs, they've tweaked it up to a sense that now when they lose, it's by a couple of points, but that's showing. I can honestly say is that it's showing that they're missing a player.
Like you said last time, an ingredient. Little missing ingredient.
A little missing ingredient in that caldo of a winning team. Yep, a little spice,
little pizzazz,
a little zest. but
yeah, like you said, they're heading towards the right direction. They're at least that we see a little change.
Yeah, definitely. When the sense as we were talking about earlier, we were off air before we got on there, that I can honestly say it's pretty much over for them this season. It is.
I totally agree. Unfortunately, I will say that this season is a season that they should go ahead and put behind them, but not let it go to waste.
No,
let it go to waste. No. They need to use this rest of the season to go ahead and prepare for next season because they cannot do this again.
Oh no!
This cannot be. Next year cannot be a repeat of this year.
No. This has been a car wreck, dumpster fire of a season. If they're doing it on purpose to get picks or to see who's in the free agency or whatnot, okay.
I guess
okay. As hurtful as it is for a fan, I guess. But hopefully, it's not a repeat.
I think it would be hurting the brand too much for a whole season.
Yeah,
a whole season. I mean, I guess it's a strategy, but I wouldn't say a good one. I wouldn't go that route.
It's a painful strategy.
Yeah, you're telling me. I don't need the fans. I think they'll hurt a lot more, but they can still use this season to go ahead and learn from it and explore and get that chemical mix right.
Yeah, get the little concoction of a solid team, as they once were back in the days of Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker. The big three.
Exactly.
And they have a solid player in Wemby, and the whole with Vassell, the whole crew that they have. They do have a solid team. I seen it. I've seen it. You know.
I agree. I agree. They have it there. They just need this. I agree with what we were talking about last time. A point guard would probably be something
be solid. You're right. You agree with me. You've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen it. You've seen it. Yeah. And since they moved position to center more with Wemby, like it's been more solid. So that goes to show you that they need a better, more solid team. That like they need a solid more point guard and whatnot.
I think more I think that's the missing ingredient that they need for to go back to get that big three, you know what I mean?
To go back to the days of the big three or a brand new big three.
Even though that I see that they have more than enough good players there, I think that they need a different maybe chemical mix.
Yeah, or more experience, more more camaraderie within the team as well.
I agree.
Agree. More solid within like each other and stuff. But though I feel honestly this season's been it's done.
It is, but it cannot it cannot and it should not go to waste, and hope for a better season next. I really do say that they better have a better season. They better have a better season next year.
Yeah, and when it comes to our Houston Rockets as well, it's been a couple of losses for this week. It's been a rough hit. Been a rough hit as of late, but it's one of the ends of the day. They're trying some players out, going in. I feel that they're testing some waters out because they're pretty solid where they're at right now. They can be better, but hopefully their next game.
I still believe that they're in it. They're the playoffs. Both Mavericks and Rockets. I both believe that they're both solid teams that they're gonna go ahead and be in the playoffs. But they need to step it up. They need to continue where they were at the beginning of the season and finish strong. They need to finish strong.
They do. They need to finish strong and make it to that playoff. Be playoff contention, as well as the Mavericks, which I feel they will be. The Mavericks, they will be. Like I said, it's just been a really rough week in basketball for Texas. But not so as much as our very Valley Zone, the Vipers, though.
Oh, Vipers hot. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. 4 of their last 5 games. I mean, they're just trailing hot.
Yeah, they've been hot, and actually they played tonight.
Yeah, they played. Expecting that W.
Yeah, expecting that dub. If you can watch it on their social media site,
their webpage, support them one way or another. See them, watch them, go to the games.
Go to the games any chance you get. Hey, and if you're looking for a chance to go watch them, hey, watch our show. We always have them giveaways too.
Hey, we always give. Hey, you never know. Let us know if you want tickets. Hey, you just gotta go ahead and let us know.
And we'll show you how to win some.
You can go ahead and comment in our page. Let us know you want some, and we'll go ahead and put out more. Give you a chance to win.
Give you a chance to win. Fair chance. Go Vipers.
Oh, yes. And they're going to go definitely. I can't wait for the playoffs for them.
Oh, bro.
I can't wait.
Yes.
So excited.
We're going to be there, definitely.
Oh, they're going to win it, man.
Put on 956, bro.
They're going to go ahead and put 956 again in the mat.
Yeah. Now, before we get on to our subject, one of our close to one of our final segments, let's get one more shout out, or actually probably more of shout outs to our sponsors. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make Apogee Comics your next read. Visit Apogee Comics on all their social media sites and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. Browntown proud, baby.
Hey, and I was gonna ask you, actually recording your next issue. How's that going, man?
Oh, okay. When it comes to the Apogee Comics, it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. We already have one issue out, and we're working on another one currently.
Great.
Working on another current one, Corbett and Sparrow, which is coming out soon. So stay tuned on Apogee Comics.
Hey, keep looking. Great read. Great read, guys.
Great read. Thank you.
You got it, man.
Yeah. Now, foosball.
Who has the violin?
As the Cowboys ship sank like the Titanic.
Stick a fork in it.
Oh, that turkey was cooked.
So too bad. Too bad Cook wasn't.
And it was overcooked.
Well, where do we get started?
Oh man. Well, one, when it came to the wild card, I wasn't expecting the Cowboys to perform that way.
No,
The way they were this whole season. Oh,
I don't think anybody expected that to happen.
mm,
I didn't expect them to play that horribly. I mean, I'm a Cowboy fan. I seen things, so I saw that there were some negative things were bound to happen, but I didn't think everything was gonna be going wrong for them, and just everything was bad.
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball. I mean, to go ahead and go into details,
Mhm.
I think the real solid part of our team that game was our defensive line. Defensive line was penetrating, getting there, getting in Love's face, but our secondary kept on leaving guys open.
yeah.
Guys open, and those were right for the picking.
Mhm.
A lot of those throws were right for the picking. It was just free, like 7-Eleven, man.
They were open 24/7.
Open 24/7.
But that's the thing that we were discussing too. Like we were messaging each other.
Yeah.
Why were they experimenting with plays and different, like why in such an important game? Because that's what it looked like. Because it didn't look like the way they were playing the whole season.
I agree, because they went from man to man to go ahead and play coverage zone.
Yeah.
And I believe they went, which they shouldn't have. They should have just made changes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They should have just made changes. But I do believe that Stephon Gilmore, unfortunately, was getting beat on the ball. Yeah, he was getting beat.
Mhm.
And I think that's why they went into zone. But that's why. I mean, like you said before, right now in the show, I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. We didn't lose yet. We haven't lost.
Yeah.
If it works, why fix it?
Yeah.
And I mean, make details, switch corners,
Mhm.
just put somebody else on that. You could have go ahead and put Bland instead, and put Stephon on the other side. I mean, could have made little adjustments here and there.
Yeah.
Maybe rotate him. Maybe he needed to go ahead and get a little bit more rest.
Mhm.
But on that note, I mean, even switching players, I mean, you got to be smart on it too, because when the Packers are playing fast pace, I mean, you don't switch guys. You don't make those easy mistakes. We lost a very important timeout that could have been very important, crucial towards the end of the game.
Very beneficial.
And although it was a smart move by McCarthy, because I mean, unfortunately, he had to take it.
Yeah.
He had to go ahead and do that. If not, we would have gotten more. They would have gotten another first down instead of a third down.
Yeah.
So I agree with that timeout. Unfortunately, it's still costly. It could have been more costly.
Yeah.
It didn't matter, but in certain games at the end, it could cost, and that's where he's lacked, and that's where McCarthy has done a lot of bad things. Is time management. That's where he's less. I think his effectiveness. He needs to work on that.
Yeah, and I agree with you, especially when they played against, what was it, the Lions? Yeah, it was that
Yeah.
game that one to go back. That was that one game that he wasted both timeouts with plenty of time on the clock left, and that's when that drive came up, and then that I guess you could say the Lions' controversial ending as they dubbed it now. But
exactly, and then deciding, because I'm pretty sure he called that for throw, because they didn't call any audibles. He was throwing the ball also instead of running the ball. Yeah, you know what? He give you a less chance for a first down, but you kept the time clock moving, and you wasted a lot more time, giving them less time, of course.
Yes,
so we go back, and his time management skills, he needs to work on that.
Oh, definitely.
But a lot of people that have been saying that McCarthy should be out, I mean, you know what? If it would have been the 49ers game where he did the same thing with the timeouts, wasted him early, and they would have let him go, I would have been all for it. It would have been like, that's McCarthy's fault.
Yeah.
We lost the game. That was time clock management, because we were running the ball, we're moving the ball, we're getting there. It was moving, and time was the only thing that messed us up, and those timeouts would have been very helpful. And he wasted two.
You're referring to the time where the Cowboys faced the Niners
on the playoffs.
Yeah.
I believe it was 3 years ago.
The white ninja spike incident.
They didn't have enough time to fight. They did, and then the refs, didn't get him on time, and he got in the way. And
toward the end, it became a whole train wreck. Yeah, it became a whole train wreck.
Yes. Well, we go back to time management.
Yeah, time
management.
To go back in time.
Time management. Yeah. he has a whole history behind that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I believe his time management stinks. He needs to work on that. But I can't put enough in this game to put a blame on McCarthy. I put all the fault, and I will say I put all the fault in the secondary and the defense, and that for making those interceptions, bad throws.
Yeah.
Although the first interception was a little bit contradicting, he could have gone a little bit other way. But at the beginning of the game, nothing was going our way. A lot of penalties at the beginning for us. We calls that were skeptical.
Yeah,
and I think that gave the Green Bay a lot of push and room for that motivation and momentum to go ahead and push forward. And we're not a catch-up team. We're always ahead, and we stay ahead, but we're not a come from behind team.
No,
we're not a come from behind team.
It showed that.
Yeah, it showed.
It showed.
But I will put on notice. I will say actually more talking about coaches. Quinn, our defensive coordinator, although he's been great all year. Yes, he's been doing really good. Our defense is solid. But I have to put him on notice on this game because I did see it, like we just talked about.
Yeah, experimental plays. Yeah, why make changes
in the playoffs and on this game?
Yeah. It was the first game. First game of the playoffs, and
for that, those switches, secondary leaving a guy wide open, and on top of that, like I said, switching players when they're on fast plays, the offense that's room for error, room for mistakes, and room to waste a timeout.
Yeah,
I would like to say what was going on. I actually put more blame. More blame on Quinn this game that I saw effective from this game. I put more fault on Quinn, the defensive coordinator, than on McCarthy. So I put him on the hot seat, if you may, on that case.
Yeah, more
for this game,
this
playoff game.
Okay, so more than Prescott.
As the coach part, I guess, as the coach part, player wise, but they're the ones on the field, and I put the defense, secondary, and Dak loses the game.
Yeah. I could tell by watching it that as soon as he made that first interception, the look on his face, it just like it became like a frightened little child. He's like, oh, I did it again. Oh no, where am I going? He just fell apart.
Yeah.
And a quote that he said during his press conference, like, oh yeah, I sucked tonight. No, duh, you sucked tonight, especially on such a freaking important game. Yeah.
But I mean, I guess people that know me, I mean, I'm not a Dak fan.
No.
I'm not a Dak fan.
I understand before. I didn't understand your hatred towards him. I'm like, oh, he's good. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the season. Yeah. Now I see why.
and I'll tell you why. Because all he was doing what his job is, getting the ball to the right person the right way. All I said was we need somebody that can make throws correctly to and make them happen to the receivers. And that's all he was doing. And look at what happened. The turnover, no interceptions. That's all he had to do. He did that. He got the ball to CeeDee Lamb. And we got TDs. And look at how many TDs he had.
Yeah.
He actually, if I'm correct, at least for the regular season at the end, he was the number one for TDs at the regular season.
That's what shocked me. I'm like, oh wow, he's doing great all season and all that stuff. He's whooping teams left and right. Man, the Cowboys. What happened there?
And I tell you, because all he was doing his job, but in the playoff, it's a different kind of puppy. It's a different kind of puppy, and teams grow and even play different. Some teams that might have not played as aggressive as this, in the regular season, they play differently. Like perfect example, Green Bay. I mean, I think that they played their best game.
Yeah.
This against the Cowboys, and you know what? Unfortunately, I think everybody plays their best game against us, like the Seahawks. I mean, going back to that game, but that's we talked about it already.
we beat that horse to death.
We did, but they still played their best game. It's always the teams always play their best game against us, and I believe in this playoff they did that. And you know, and they played and they did really good. I'm not gonna lie. We got beat bad.
You got beat bad. Yeah, the Packers came out,
and Dak cannot be. And I don't think he is, as my opinion, not the guy to give us that ring.
You know what? I agree with you. Now, seeing the way they played and seeing how the season performed and all that, and then him choking when it really mattered. Season before and since then, yeah, he's not that guy. He is not that guy. As that meme video goes, yeah, he's not that guy.
I mean, I
he
really,
is not that
it
guy.
Is not that I don't. It's that the reason why I don't like. I'm not a Dak is because of that. To me, it's not because I hate the guy, or because I see that I cannot see. Sorry, I cannot see that he can overcome his flaws, and he cannot. He's not a playmaker enough. I don't think he's a playmaker to happen.
Yeah,
a quarterback's a leader and makes wins.
Yeah,
and I mean we see perfect example of QBs. I mean when we talk about great QBs, who comes to mind? Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Right now, CJ Lamb over. And I'm not talking about. I mean, Trey Lawrence is good. Don't get me wrong. He makes things happen. But I think CJ's on top of that.
Oh, CJ Stroud, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Stroud, man, the Texans.
No.
Oof, the Texans.
I mean, what can we say? And then, I mean, I guess going into the Texans, going on that note, kind of flipping
it up. The tortilla.
Yeah, kind of going into flipping onto the good side.
Onto the good side.
On the good side of Texas this week on what happened. I mean, CJ has put the team on his back during the season, has made it happen for them. He was out, it made it difficult, and you can see that CJ is the difference in the Texans team.
You felt his presence. You felt it missing that time.
And when you feel the presence of a quarterback like that, and he's winning you games like that. Yeah, that's what I call a playmaker, and that's what I call the difference.
And he's a rookie.
But when you got it, you got it.
That's what makes it so like chef's kiss so special.
And a lot of people would say, hey, you know what? Prescott's first year, he did great. Yes, he did. But even I said his first year, even if you go back and you know me that far, I want to see how he does his second year, because the way he played is not like CJ Stroud. It wasn't the same way. No. His way of playing was not the same. You could see that something there wasn't completely, it wasn't all there. Something was missing. And apparently we already know what's, I mean, he's not the playmaker. But if he secures, saves the ball, that's good enough for the season. But the thing is that as we already tested, it's not good enough for the playoffs.
No.
You need to be a playmaker to make it in the playoffs.
Yeah. And Dak proved that one. But CJ's proven a lot of doubters.
Underdogs.
Even other professional columnists or sports analysts that I even seen it. The pregame, everyone was going for the Browns. Everybody on social media was going for the Browns. A whole bunch of other people were going for the Browns. Like, they were going to get blown out. It's going to be like 45-0.
A win. You said that they were going to, they were saying a complete blowout.
Complete blowout. They weren't going to score anything. Diddly. Like, CJ was going on sports talk shows, and they were like, oh, they're saying that you guys are going to lose, that you guys have no chance, that, you're here. Yeah, you're lucky that, that the Texans have made it to the playoffs, to the wild card. Saturday, the Texans came out to work, and they showed what Houston was made of.
They completely dominated that game.
45-14. Woo!
And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even see where was that connection between Flacco and Cooper, because I mean, honestly, Man, Flacco did not have a good game, man.
No, you should have stayed retired.
The defense. I bet you wish that now.
Yeah.
He's like, oh look, I'm coming back. The Texans are like, no, you're not.
No, you're not. No,
Not today.
No. You should have stayed home, boy. You should have stayed home.
Flacco, you mean Flacco from what's it called, the Replacements?
Yeah. The reason why he retired in the first place, and he just showed why. Yeah, but no, the Texans came out. They came out, for business, or as they say, standing on business.
They took care of business, and boy, definitely. Man, it was a great game. It was dominating. Man, seeing CJ play, it's phenomenal.
It was great. It was wonderful. And even at that, I expected the same results the next day with Dallas.
But it was more expected for them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was the opposite end of this game.
Yeah.
Because the Texans were the underdogs.
Yeah.
The Green Bay were the underdogs in ours, and then.
Even at that, the Texans are still the underdogs. They're like, they got no chance against Lamar. It's the same game, the same people again saying, the Ravens are going to beat them. They got lucky because they beat the Browns, and making excuses that they have no chance to advance.
Even though they had just said that.
They had just said that.
What did we say last time? They hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah. All great things come from Texas. They just show that. Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
When in there.
Well, CJ is a giant, and I feel that they need to what they need to focus on. I think for the Baltimore Ravens is containing Lamar.
Yeah.
Containing him. His stats are not the best. CJ has better stats, way better stats than Lamar Jackson. I don't think Lamar Jackson has great stats or better than at least top 5 quarterbacks. I think he's probably like the 6th, maybe 7th.
Yeah.
On that course, if you would actually put in the positive on passing ratings, interceptions, throwing yards, all that, you put it together, he's not really, in comparison to CJ, they just need to contain him on the run, at the defense, and CJ needs to go out there and do his thing. Definitely. And I have no doubt that the Texans can take this one all the way.
Yeah. And you know what? I agree with you when it comes to whole, like stats not great and all that. The only reason because I've also read that, Lamar Jackson's a great quarterback. And I'm all like, the only reason why he's a great quarterback is because he rushes. Yeah.
Exactly.
And the defense, the Texans defense, the way they played against the Browns, they ain't going to let him cross.
No.
They're not. If anything, he's going to get sacked constantly.
If they play like they did, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. If they bring the same heat or even more, they did last Saturday, tomorrow's going to be... It's gonna be a solid game. It's gonna be a battle. But I'm rooting, not being biased, but I'm rooting for the Texans.
No. Hey,
throwing my hat in, as you can say.
Underdogs, overdogs, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're our team either way.
Underdog, overdog, they got them dogs in them.
Yeah,
they got that fight in them.
They got the fight in them, and we're gonna root for them either way. Even if they didn't have, if they really we didn't even think they had a chance either way, we're still gonna go for it. But honestly, the way that they proved it, how can you say again that they don't have 1 ounce of a chance at least?
Yes,
at least that little doubt on your mind that they could win.
Yeah,
even for those people that are like out there, the win against the Browns should open eyes and say, hey, you know what? This is no team. This is not a team just here, playing around.
Yeah.
They're for reals. And they're here to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To make a statement.
They're here to make yeah.
And you know that in Texas, the Cowboys aren't the only team that the NFL should fear.
No, with CJ in their hands, I'm not gonna lie. Next season.
With Tank Dell coming back as well from that injury. Oof.
Texans are gonna be, and like you said, we're like we said, They're gonna play each other.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And Houston is not letting go CJ Stroud. I know that. After the amazing season that the Texans had, they're not letting them go.
Well, I don't know. That's the only bad thing. I hope they don't. They've done that with two past quarterbacks. I know they did with Watson, which is I understand that
there's a controversy behind that. That's understandable. That's
understandable. Yeah. Now, the receiver. Sorry, the receiver that they let go to.
Oh, Hopkins.
Yeah. I that's the one that I can't wrap my head around because I mean he's one of the, if not top receiver for me. I think he's on par with Tyreek Hill, and I think he far from it too, especially from this season. Hopkins is a great receiver.
Well, the only reasons the Titans were ever like relevant was because he was part of that team. He was the one receiving the ball when not. Yeah. Supposedly, the man, like there were rumors that he wanted to come back. Like after,
I wouldn't doubt it with a guy like CJ.
With a big dynamic duo right there.
Yeah, I hear.
And then with Tank Dell coming,
that would be a great addition.
A good triple threat there.
Yes,
that much. Yeah, for sure.
Yep,
definitely.
That would be nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you on that. And I honestly think that the Texans, they got it won. They got that win. They got that solid win. For me, I'm just saying that as a Texas fan and a Texans fan.
And
the way they've been playing, they got that.
There's a lot to prove that they have a really good chance tomorrow.
And they showed that like I'm gonna say this, the Cowboys, they should have played the way with that passion and that momentum that the Texans had.
Yeah, but
definitely. And I'm happy that the Texans are advancing.
Yeah,
I can honestly say that definitely, and I can't wait for tomorrow's game. It's gonna be a battle, but it's gonna be a phenomenal battle where the Texans stand out and they show what they're made of.
We'll see. Let's see. Hopefully, they go ahead. Yep.
Yeah. Well, before we get to our final award segment, let's give one more shout out to our sponsors. What do you say, Fred?
You got it.
All right. Apogee Comics, the best in independent comic books. If you're looking for a great read, make Apogee Comics your next read. Visit Apogee Comics on all their social media sites and on their website at www.apogeecomics.com.
And Rick's Auto Shop for all your auto repair needs.
Located on Indiana Street in Brownsville. Brown and proud. Brown
Town.
Yeah, Brown Town. So, award ceremony. I think I'll let you give Ponte Pilas and Miko. Well, you already have a great candidate for Ponte Pilas.
Although it's far from it, but our award for Ponte Pilas this time it has to be the Cowboys.
What the Cowboys? What do you mean the Cowboys? Why are you picking the Cowboys for Ponte Pilas?
Bad overall, everything, and a lot of changes. Well, not a lot of changes, but I do need big. I think the changes that they need are big. I think the two big changes, in my opinion, have to be safety and quarterback. Quarterback is ultimately a very important, the most important position in football. They win you games, and they could cost you games. And unfortunately, Dak, he costs us a playoff.
He costs games. He
costs games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I think that we should focus off season on a safety, a real good safety, and a quarterback. Will they listen?
Hopefully. But even at that, we've been watching some college ball, and you've seen some great potentials in quarterbacks that Dallas should get. I think I remember you saying one time that's what they need to get. Who was he playing? Was it Michigan? Or was it? I think it was probably one of the quarterbacks. I forget his name. It escapes me. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, I think you were the one who was suggesting some of the rookie college quarterbacks.
Well, the top prospect has got to be Arch Manning right now.
Was it Arch Manning?
Arch Manning, but he's still got a long way. But he would be a nice addition, and I think he once said that he was eyeing Dallas.
Ooh, okay.
He was eyeing Dallas, but we got probably 2-3 years till then. 2-3 years till then. But I mean, either way, like you said, there's other prospects. We got to go looking out there. And the problem is, are we looking? And are we going that way? Is there even an ounce of, you know, effort being targeted towards that
them.
direction?
Yeah, yeah.
And unfortunately, like previous years that I've said, we haven't looked at any idea for another quarterback. This year, kind of like, kind of got excited because they got, what was his name from the 49ers?
Oh, what was his name? The one that was our third string, right?
Yes.
His name escapes me, but I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
The one who I was saying, like, hey, I think this guy should be the main quarterback instead of Dak.
Yes. Well, I definitely think the 49ers game this season, they should have put him in there.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the halftime. And then, against the Green Bay, I mean, what the hell? I mean, it's not like if Dak was doing any better. So, I mean, I would have liked to see them make some change and seeing something at least in that way, because it wasn't going. He wasn't doing anything right. Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Well, would I think he would make a better quarterback than Dak? We have yet to see. Should he get chances? I think this season he had 2. Next season, I mean, I would say, what the hell? Even if we have a bad season, bad record, I think we should go ahead and start looking another direction.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. So, so Dallas, ponte pilas
for next year.
But the Esos Mijo, Esos Mijo, I think goes to.
Who do you think would it go to?
I think no, like, you already know where I'm going at. You already know where I'm going. That's what I'm saying. But you know what? That's not where I'm going at. Well, I sort of am. I think it's to the city of Houston.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And here's the reason why I say that.
All right.
For the Astros and the Texans, as they're both making
great moves
to make their teams great and sharp and awesome and bringing championships, especially, because honestly, what I read today about the Astros,
that's a great
win.
Great win.
And the way the Texans played this past Saturday.
If off season they were playing, that was a win.
68 days. 68 days till opening day.
And like I said, hopefully our guys can continue. We do know that they can go ahead and continue and make it all the way.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They beat the Ravens. Third round's theirs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They beat the Ravens. The third round's theirs. There's no competition. I say the only competition that it would be on their side, at least in the AFC, would be
either the Bills or the Chiefs.
I say Ravens are more of a threat, but I think that they have it in the bag. If they beat the Ravens, they got it in the bag.
I'm hyped and I'm excited. I am looking forward.
It's a great game.
To tomorrow.
It's gonna be a great game.
Tune in tomorrow, guys. Tune in tomorrow.
Hey, share your opinions with us.
Yeah. Let us know what you think.
Let us know
what you think. Yeah. Well, guys, that's about wraps it up today for our number 9 episode of Tailgate 956. Once again, I am Rene Garza.
And I'm Freddie Guevara.
And we'll see you at the next tailgate.